Martin. Thank you for joining me. I'm Linda with Gotta Be Handmade. I'm making a pillow insert by hand, and I thought I would share with you how to create a pillow insert. Sometimes pillows can be anywhere from maybe $15 to $160 or $170. And you may be wondering, why is there such a tremendous gap in the prices of simple decorative pillows? This is one reason there's a gap in those prices. If the pillow is handmade, totally handmade, the insert as well as the pillow, it will be a little higher in price. And if the fabric is a decorative, expensive fabric, that also can increase the price of the pillow. Now, to create a pillow insert, you're going to need to know the size of the pillow that you want to create. I'm going to create a pillow out of this beautiful fabric. I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but it has a gold shimmer in it. It is absolutely exquisite. I love it. And the pillow is going to be a 19 by a 40-inch pillow. So it's going to be long, and it's going to be 19 inches from top to bottom out of this fabric. And I want to show you how I'm going to make the pillow insert. Now, because I know my finished pillow, how the size of it, I know how much to purchase for the insert. Now, I'm using, because this is a cotton blend, I'm using 100% cotton muslin to create my insert. Now, let me show you what it looks like. This is what you will need. You will not only need the insert fabric, and I'm sorry, I have it all down here. You will also need some of this fusible interfacing. Now this is soft, and on the back you'll notice it has just a little roughness. That's because you iron it on. That's what makes it fusible. So if you never created anything, a pillow is a wonderful thing to start with. Or if you're looking for a gift for someone, especially for Mother's Day, something that's super special, one of a kind, decorative throw pillow is another great choice for a gift. Even if the couple is getting married and you need a wedding gift, a decorative throw pillow is great. Now let me share with you what the muslin looks like. This is the muslin. This is bleached. It's 100% cotton. And as I stated, because I know the size of the pillow that I'm going to create, I know exactly how much to purchase for the insert, because the insert is going to be the same size as the decorative pillow. So I bought enough of this to create the decorative pillow that's going to be a 19 by 40 inch. And like I said, it's 100% cotton muslin. It is, I think it was $7.99 a yard. And it's bleached. That's why it's white. If you get muslin that's not bleached, it is a kind of beige color. So that's what the insert is going to be created from. And you're going to need some scissors. You're going to need something very sharp. These are sharp gingham shears. And you're going to also need what you're going to stuff the pillow with. Now you can have anything from down to 100% cotton. This is a polyester feel that I'm going to use, but it's a soft. If you notice written on it, it says soft. It is a soft, it says ultra plush polyfill that I'm going to be using, and I love it. It's soft. I like not only the feel of it, it's easy to use. Some of the polyfills that you get to use for creating pillows is not friendly to use. It can, when you're filling your pillow with it, it can fly all over the room. It can just be unruly, and I don't like it. But this is a great one. You see, looks like cotton, but it's a polyester polyfill, and it's good. It's easy to wash, because if you're going to launder your pillow, if you're going to have your pillows dry clean, depending on the fabric that you're using, this is wonderful. It bounces back. You can put as much of it in your pillow as you like, or you can use a less amount if you're going to have that look that designers have, where you can plop down the center of the pillow. Or you can have it sturdy and really tight and cushiony. So you're going to need some of this if you're creating it. If you're purchasing it, you need to know what's on the inside, because as I stated, you can get down, which is going to be a bit more pricey, and if the pillow is handmade. Now let's get started. Let me tell you what I did. I cut out my muslin, and I cut it to size, and I measured it. You see, that's the muslin. I also cut the fusible interfacing, that's it. And to fuse it to the fabric on each side, I ironed it. And you go by the instructions that's written on your fusible web, and this one you press it on medium, and you use a iron that is not set for steam. You're going to use a dry iron. So I have it all together, and if you're creating it and you're not accustomed to sewing, you may want to pin it to keep it together. But I've been the old bird, and I've been sewing a long time, so I don't need to pin it. I'm going to just stitch, and it's a straight stitch. That's what makes it a great project. If you have never made anything, a pillow is great. Now, let me turn my camera around so you can see me, and you can see my machine. There you go, right there. I think that's great. Now, as I stated, it's just a straight stitch. Everything is together, and I'm going to trim it as soon as I finish stitching. And my machine is already pre-marked, so I know where to start my stitching. And this fabulous machine takes off and does it. So I'm going to stitch. Oh, this may happen to you. The thread came from the needle, so I'm going to have to rethread my machine. I love this machine. And while I'm threading this, let me ask you to visit my Etsy shop, which is Gotta Be Handmade. Etsy is E-T-S-Y, if you're not familiar with Etsy. And in my Etsy shop, I have some wedding decorations and handmade gifts. Everything is handmade. There we go. Now let me set it again. Close this out, and we'll start again. Excuse me. Now when you get to the end, you're going to stop, and you're going to pivot your fabric. So you lift your foot, And you're going to turn your fabric, lower your foot. You're going to leave your needle in place and start. Now, because this is the end that I'm going to stuff, I'm going to back stitch 3 or 4 stitches. I'm going to come up 3 or 4 stitches. I'm going to lift my needle. I'm going to lift my foot. Well, it's not going to let me just cut this. Lift the foot. I'm going to come all the way down, leaving an opening for me to stuff my polyfill. I'm going to lower my foot. I'm going to take just a few stitches. And then I'm going to back stitch. Oh, I think my thread came out. Lift my needle. Yep. I don't know why. My thread is coming out. Just rethread it. I'm going to clip the end. Rethread my needle again. I may need to change my needle. There we go. I'm going to lower my needle, just a few stitches. Back stitch, just a couple of stitches, about 3. There we go. I'm going to take off. Same thing. We're going to go to the end. One more stitch. We're going to lift the foot, pivot around, lower the foot, and we're going to stitch. Now, if you are going to try this, maybe you would like to make a pillow that's only maybe 12 by 12. And that's a great size and a great practice size. Once you make that one, then you can increase the size. Lift the foot. I need to come down just a couple of more stitches and my inner facing. There we go. Lift the foot. We're going to turn, lower the foot, and we're going to come all the way across. All the way. I'm just going to keep sewing all the way on. Stop. We're going to cut the thread, lift the foot, and there you have it. You see, we've stitched all the way around. Now let me show you what you do now. I'm going to even this out, and on the ends, you see that? Let me even it out first. You see where the fabric is all the way down here and my inner facing is all the way up here. I'm going to even that up. Let me see. Let me start over here. You see? I can see through the fabric. I mean through the inner facing, so I'm going to cut all the way across like that. I'm sorry I didn't do this earlier for you. When you create yours, and if you're going to create one, they have patterns, and the sizes of the pillows are on the hi, thank you for joining me. The sizes of the pillows that you can create written on the patterns, and you can use the pattern. Because I'm creating a custom size that's an unusual size, I'm not using a pattern. I'm creating the pattern as I go. But if you have a teenager who is interested in decorating their room, a throw pillow is a great start. You can get all types of logo fabrics that are team fabrics. You can get all types of designer fabrics. And because, hello, thank you for joining me. Because you are creating a 12 by 12 decorative pillow, you can afford some really beautiful designer fabrics because you only need 12 inches. Just make certain that you're getting 12 inches all the way around, and the person in the fabric store can help you with that. Okay, you see, I've evened that up so my seam is even. Now, this is what I'm going to do now. On the ends, I'm going to cut away some of this excess that's here. So when I flip this out, you won't have all of this bundled in. And the way you do that is you just come right across, don't cut your stitches, just right across and clip off that tip. And you do that on all four sides. Cut that tip. Cut the tip. Cut the tip. Now, you know, in some of the decorative throw pillows that you purchase, they don't line the insert with interfacing. That's why purchasing handmade from handmade artists and people that create things by hand, they go the extra mile. And you need this extra because your pillow insert is what matters when you're purchasing a decorative pillow, not the beautiful decorative fabric. Now look, it's time to flip this over. Hello, thank you for joining me. Now I'm going to take the insert and I'm going to flip it inside out, and you just turn it. That part that I left open and I didn't stitch all the way to the end, that's where I can reach my hand right in there and flip it over like a pillowcase. Let me clip this string. Just like a pillowcase. The only difference is at the end of a pillowcase, the entire end is open. When you're creating a decorative pillow, the entire end is not open. Only part of the end is open. And I'm flipping it. Flipping it. I have to create one for my Etsy shop that's going to be a wedding pillow. And maybe I'll come back on Periscope and I'll create, not the insert, I'll create the pillow. And you can see how the wedding pillow is created. Now there's the tip. And you have 4 of those. And I'm going to turn this one. And the old bird is from the old school. There are so many wonderful tools available now that will make that end just, there it is, just beautiful. But I don't have all of those, and it's okay. You see, you just flip that in, press it down. Now when I finish, you'll see, that's it. This is the open end, That's the tip all the way down to this tip. Turn it, that tip, and there's your fourth tip. Now what I do is, if I want these to be really a great point, I get a straight pin. Let me show you. I have these pins with the big tips on them. Let me see, I need something that you will be able to see. So let me get one that's pink, and maybe you can see it. You see? There's the pin with the ball on the end. You stick it right in the pod, that's the tip. And then you pull up. Right in the pod, that's the tip. Pull up. Stick it in and pull up. Stick it in and pull up. You see? Makes a perfect point. Now you have 4 of them, so you're going to do all 4. Stick it in, pull up, in, and up. That's 2. This is the 3rd one. Stick it in, pull up, in, up, in, up. There you go. See the tip? Perfect. This is the 4th one. Now, when I was in school and I took sewing, they spent all day on this, getting that perfect tip. And we had competitions. The old bird never won. There you go. There's the tip. You see? Beautiful. Perfect. Excellent. Now, the next step is to stuff it. This is beautiful, 100% cotton, and you'll be able to wash it, dry it, won't have any problems with it. You can wash it time and time again. You don't have to even wash it on a delicate cycle because it's a beautiful muslin. Now, if you are going to try to make one, let me tell you, when you purchase your muslin, you're going to be able to find muslin that's 99 cents a yard, maybe in your area. In my area, $1.99, $2.99 is the least expensive. This is $7.99. I purchased a little better quality. It's softer. It's like purchasing sheets. You know, you can get 600 count, you can get 250 count, and 250 count they say is good quality. You can get 300 count, you can get 500 count. The count is how many little strips, I guess I can say strips, of thread are woven together in each inch of the fabric. The more you have woven together, the more the thread count. When you're purchasing muslin, the least expensive muslin has the least thread count. The higher the price, the more the thread count. That's what I have found. So you want to get a good muslin. If you are purchasing a handmade gift from a handmade artist who is making the pillows, make certain you ask. Now, your inserts, what are they made from? Do they wash well? When you're reading their description, do they say what they are making it from? Do they tell you it can be laundered? Do they tell you it has to be dry cleaned? Do they tell you they're using a good quality? This is a better quality than some that's 99 cents or some that's $1.99 or $2.99. And that's why I got it. It's beautiful, it's soft, it's sturdy. It's, like I said, it's like purchasing sheets. And now, this opening right here, inside, now you have the interfacing inside. You see it? Let me see if I can part it. There you go. It's on the inside. Both pieces are totally lined with interfacing, and then the muslin now is on the outside of your insert. And you're going to take your soft, mine says soft and silky polyfill. And let me just share with you. I won't go through filling the entire pillow, but this is how you use this polyfill. You see how I'm just picking up little pieces of it? I'm separating it. I'm tearing it apart, like I'm fluffing it out like this. You do that, like that, and you insert it in your pillow. This is your pillow insert, and you're gonna just tear it apart. I don't think you can see me, but let me lower the camera just slightly. There you go. You see? Tearing it apart. Just a little. Open your pillow. You want to put it right in there. And leave enough opening if you're going to try to create it to get it in there with no problem. And you're going to fluff it, pull it apart, pull it apart. Great stress reliever. And you're going to insert it. Now I dropped it, so let me pick it up. And you're going to fluff it. Just pull it apart, just like that. And insert it in your, you see? You're going to be inserting it in your pillow insert. Now, this is something that's easy to learn to create, and so much of art and crafts and things is no longer offered in public schools. If you have a tween or a teen or a little bit younger that you think would be interested in creating something like this, let me know. I'm at Gotta Be Handmade everywhere. Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm on Twitter, as you know, at Gotta Be Handmade. I'm on Facebook at Gotta Be Handmade. I'm on Instagram at Gotta Be Handmade. Now, I don't visit Instagram as frequently as I do Twitter and Facebook, but I'm there at Gotta Be Handmade. Hello, thank you for joining me. So if you have a teen or a tween who'd like to learn to sew or learn to make something, let me know, because I'm thinking about trying to start maybe a webinar or something that I can teach you how to make some of these things. And the purpose of my videos is to teach you why handmade is the best. Support handcrafted items and what to look for when you're purchasing handmade. Hello, thank you for joining me in service. Hello, thank you for joining me. Now remember, fluff this out, tear it apart, fluff, 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 then insert it. Hello, Christian, thank you for joining me. Fluff, fluff, make sure that it's fluffed. Now, let me show you what it looks like. You see? You see your insert? You see? Oh, and it feels so good. Hello. Hello, welcome to Periscope. I'm glad you're joining me. I'm Linda with Gotta Be Handmade. I'm showing you how to create a pillow insert for a decorative throw pillow and why you should purchase from a handmade artist. I'm the old bird. I hope you'll follow me on Twitter. I hope you'll like my Facebook page. And I was just telling everybody I started on Instagram. There you go. Pull it apart. Pull, pull. Hello. Hi, black man. Thank you for joining me. Now insert it. Now when you insert it for a decorative throw pillow, hello, don't press it down and make it hard and heavy, because you want your throw pillow to be soft and inviting. You want it to be, you don't want it to be hard. You want it to be inviting. There you go. I'm pushing it down in those corners. There you go. You see, it's beginning to be more fluffy. We need just a little bit more. And let me show you this. You know how in the magazines you have the pillows and they take the hand and they do that and the pillow sits so nicely? You know why? Because they leave them with less filling. So if that's the look you want, don't fill it too much more than what this one has in it now. And you'll be able, when this is stitched together, you'll be able to take your hand and do just like that. You see it? And it will look like those that's in the magazines and on the interior decorating shows. But I want this one to be just a bit more sturdier than that, but not too much more. Don't add too much polyfill. Even though it's the soft polyfill, I still don't add too much. You don't want it to become stiff. Tear it apart, fluff, fluff, fluff. This keeps it soft, this keeps it fluffy. This is what you want. Now see, all of this has to be done, and this is done by hand. And that's why you would pay a little bit more when you're purchasing one that's created by hand. And I hope each one of you will support us handmade artists as we try to make our living creating things with our hand. Now that's it. That's the basic pillow. I hope you can see it. It's beautiful and it feels so good. This is that muslin that I was telling you about. That's that side and there's that side. Now let me show you how you would close this off. You know, we left this open to be able to add the polyfill. Now you're going to follow your seam line just like that. You see, it naturally will lead you to the seam. And on the other side, you're going to do the same. You're going to fold it down right on that seam line. And you're going to come across and close it up. Just like that. You see? Now this is where I'm going to pin it with these. Hi, thank you for joining me. This is where I'm going to use those pins with the big head. I'm going to pin it to make certain that I have it exactly on that seam. You see? You won't need a lot of them, but you will need some. And I'll turn it around so you can see it. Now, if you're using down, you would do the exact same thing. Exact. With the down, it will also come in a plastic bag. You're going to take the plastic bag and insert the plastic bag into your pillow insert. And then you're going to kind of shake it in there. Think about it like if you have flour. You know, if you're going to fry some chicken or something, and you got the flour, well, the flour may kind of spread in the air. Well, that's the way down sometimes is. I should have had it out so you can see it. But you can make a beautiful pillow from down. I don't like feathers as well because the feathers have that hard area, and I just don't like it. I don't like them even in pillows to sleep. Let me put one more in the center and I'll show it to you. Now look, you see, there it is, pent all the way down. Now let me turn it around. You see, that's the way I inserted the straight pins, just to secure it long enough for me to stitch it. Now right here on the end, there's one more little opening. I'm going to add a pin right there. Now, you can close this in two ways. You can hand stitch this like that with a needle and thread, or it's gonna take a little maneuvering, but you can close it on the sewing machine. Now let me see if I can get that done for you, and then I'll close out. Let's see. There you go. Now, I can put this right there. I'm going to lower my foot. Right there. Let me see, my needle, my thread keeps coming out of my needle. There we go. You'll do a neater job than I'm doing, but you'll get the idea. Now, as you're sewing, you're going to remove these pins if you're going to try to make one yourself. Don't sew over your pins. You can break your needle, you can really hurt yourself. There you go. And we're almost there. We only have 2 more pins. Takes a little practice, but it's not that difficult. Oh, this one is turned around. I got it. Let's go. And this is the end. I'm going to back stitch just a couple of stitches and come forward 2 stitches. Now look, that's it. You see? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, I just love it. This is the insert. I hope you enjoyed seeing how an insert is created. I'm going to think about finishing the pillow with the exterior decorative fabric so you can see how to create the entire pillow and why you should support Handmade. Let me turn my camera around. Thank you for joining me. Again, I'm Linda with Gotta Be Handmade. I hope you visit me on Twitter and Facebook. I hope you follow me on Instagram. And I hope you will visit my Etsy shop at Gotta Be Handmade and purchase some of my handmade things. This is the pillow insert, and that's the top. That's the way it looks. It's secured and finished. Now, if you like, and I hear from enough of you, I'll create the decorative part of the pillow that this insert would go into, and it will have a zipper, and you'll be able to see how that's done. And you see, it takes time when you're creating handmade products. So please support Handmade, because you know, for the best, it's just gotta be handmade. Thank you.